The champagne flutes were still clinking when his hand struck my face. No one moved, not even my mother. I tasted metal and looked straight at her. She adjusted the flower arrangement. Her lips moved silently. Don't make a scene. I made myself a promise if he did it again. I wouldn't just survive. I would end it. Tonight. My name is Harper Lane, and I've been keeping score for 3 years. The HOA playground fundraiser sprawls across my mother's backyard like a designer fever dream. String lights twist through the pergola. A string quartet plays something vaguely Vivaldi, and 87 guests orbit the catered stations. I count them twice. Names, faces, positions in the Red Willow social hierarchy. The Whitmans from the country club board. Dr. Reeves, who runs the medical group downtown. The Hendersons, who own half the commercial district. I carry my homemade lemon tart through the crowd, even though Elaine told me 3 times that the caterers have dessert handled. But I need my hands occupied, need something breakable to focus on instead of the rage coiling in my chest. Craig finds me by the outdoor heater at 9:43 p.m. Harper. His voice carries that particular edge jovial for anyone within earshot, venomous underneath. The Brennans were asking about your little hospital job. I told them you're working on something more ambitious. His fingers dig into my elbow, steering me toward the garden's edge. Don't embarrass me by correcting that. It's not little. I coordinate emergency admissions for Don't Talk Back. The words slice through the party chatter. Mrs. Whitman glances over, then away. Dr. Reeves suddenly finds his phone fascinating. Craig's jaw tightens. He's been drinking not enough to slur, just enough to erode his precious self-control. You wore that dress to spite me. It's knee-length, navy, utterly appropriate. But that's not the point. The point is, I didn't ask permission. Craig, the Brennans are looking for you. Elaine materializes, her smile painted thick as her foundation. She doesn't look at me. Perhaps Harper could help with Harper's being difficult. His hand rises, and I see it coming in slow motion. The arc of his arm, the slight step back for momentum, the way conversations pause in our vicinity like wildlife sensing a predator. The slap echoes off the stone patio. My head snaps left. The tart slides from my hands, shattering on the flagstone. Lemon curd bleeds across Italian marble. My cheek burns a perfect handprint already forming. I'm sure. Blood pools in my mouth where teeth met tongue. Silence ripples outward, phones lower, conversations halt. The quartet stumbles over a note, recovers, continues playing as if nothing happened. I turn my head slowly back to face him. Then I look at my mother. Elaine adjusts a napkin, straightens a fork. Her hands move in practiced patterns across the table setting, smoothing invisible wrinkles. Craig, please, she murmurs, but she's looking at the centerpiece, not at him, not at me. Sorry about the mess, I say clearly, my voice carrying across the stunned patio. I'm not talking about the tart. Noah appears from nowhere, my little brother's face white with familiar panic. Harper, I'm leaving. I don't whisper it. Let them all hear. Let them remember. I walk through the crowd, memorizing every averted gaze. Mrs. Whitman studying her champagne, Dr. Reeves deep in conversation about nothing, the Hendersons examining the garden lights. Cowards, all of them. Witnesses who choose blindness. The valet fumbles for my keys. His eyes flick to my face, to the red mark blooming across my cheek. Rough night, he asks quietly. Not anymore. I drive home with the windows down, cold Colorado air stinging my swollen face. My phone buzzes. Noah, Elaine, 2 unknown numbers. I don't answer. Instead, I pull into my apartment complex and sit in the parking lot. Engine running. 3 years of this. 3 years of strategic cruelty, careful humiliations, violence disguised as discipline. 3 years of my mother choosing her comfort over my safety. But tonight was different. Tonight, he did it in front of everyone who matters to him. Tonight, there were witnesses, even if they're pretending otherwise. I touch my cheek, feel the heat radiating from the bruise. Tomorrow it'll purple, the day after, green-yellow. But by then, Craig Delmont's reputation will be something else entirely. I promised myself if he did it again, I would end it. Time to keep that promise. My apartment is everything the Delmont house isn't small, quiet, mine. No marble countertops or statement art, just clean lines, labeled folders, and a desk where I've been building my case for 18 months. I pull out the bottom drawer and spread the evidence across my table. Screenshots of text messages. You need to learn respect. Don't make me discipline you again. Your mother agrees you were out of line. Email threads where Craig copied the HOA board on complaints about my attitude problems at family events. The receipt from urgent care last November contusion. Left ribs. Patient declined to specify cause. That was my mistake. Protecting them even as I documented. The Thanksgiving recording plays through my laptop speakers. Craig's voice. Wine loose and cruel. Harper thinks she's too good for this family. Working her little job. Living in that shoebox. Maybe if she wasn't so difficult, she'd have what Noah has. What Noah has? I flip through my bank statements. $600 monthly to Craig for college loans that never existed. Noah's tuition was covered by grants I helped him apply for. Meanwhile, Noah drives a BMW that Craig bought outright for his 21st birthday. The message is clear. Compliance earns rewards. Resistance earns interest. My phone buzzes. Ray. Jesus Christ. Harper. Melanie Henderson just called me. Said Craig hit you at the fundraiser. Word travels fast. Are you okay? I'm perfect. I touch my cheek again. The swelling started. Good. Can you come over? She's at my door in 12 minutes, still in scrubs from her shift. Ray takes one look at my face and pulls me into a hug that smells like hospital disinfectant and fierce friendship. We're calling the police. No, not yet. I show her the table, the evidence laid out like autopsy photos. I've been documenting everything, but tonight changes the game. He did it publicly. Ray examines the photos from last November, the ones I took in my bathroom mirror, the bruise mapped across my ribs like a storm system. Why didn't you? Because Elaine would have said I fell, or that I started it, or that it never happened at all. I play her another recording, this one from Easter. Elaine's voice, practiced and smooth. Harper can be so dramatic. You know how she exaggerates. Your mother is a piece of work. She's a survivor. She survives by not seeing. I pull up the HOA newsletter on my laptop. There's Craig. Center frame at last month's charity golf tournament. Look at this quote. Family values and community standards are what make Red Willow special. Ray snorts. Family values? Right. He lives for this image. President of the HOA. Pillar of the community. The successful businessman with the perfect family. I close the laptop. So that's where I hit him. Right in the reputation. Harper. They host these events, parade their perfect life, and everyone plays along. Even when he backhands me in front of 100 people, they play along. I pull up my phone, scroll through the contacts. But what if they couldn't pretend anymore? What if ignoring it became more damaging than acknowledging it? Ray sits across from me, studying my face, not just the bruise, but what's underneath. The calm, the calculation. You've been planning this. For months. I just needed him to escalate publicly. I show her the business card hidden behind my insurance card. Wren Avery. She specializes in domestic violence cases, but more importantly, she knows how to handle civil suits, assault, defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress. You want money? I want witnesses. I want depositions. I want every person at that party to go on record about what they saw. I pull up the HOA events calendar. The annual Neighborhood Excellence Awards are in 2 weeks. Craig's receiving some lifetime achievement nonsense. Press will be there, local business owners, everyone who matters to him. Ray's eyes widen. You're going to serve him at his own award ceremony. No. I'm going to give him one last chance to do what he does best. I touch the bruise again, feeling its edges. He can't help himself. Put him in front of an audience. Challenge his authority even slightly, and he'll explode. Only this time, I'll be ready. This is dangerous, Harper. So was staying silent. I start photographing tonight's evidence. Face from 3 angles. The swelling. The broken blood vessels starting to web across my cheekbone. Ray, I need you to be there. At the awards. I need someone I trust recording everything. She doesn't hesitate. Done. After she leaves, I sit in my quiet apartment and draft the email I won't send yet. To the HOA board, to the newspaper, to everyone who looked away tonight. Subject line, what you pretended not to see. The bruise throbs in time with my heartbeat. In the mirror, I look like my mother, same dark hair, same stubborn jaw, but my eyes are different. Hers learned to look away. Mine are wide open. 2 weeks. 2 weeks to turn Craig's kingdom into evidence. Wren Avery's office sits on the 3rd floor of a converted Victorian downtown, all exposed brick and modern furniture. She doesn't look like the lawyers on Craig's golf team, no power suit, no fake smile, just sharp eyes and a legal pad covered in precise handwriting. Show me everything. I spread 2 years of documentation across her conference table. Photos, recordings, bank statements, medical records. She reviews each piece methodically, occasionally making notes. The public assault at the fundraiser. How many witnesses? 87. I have the guest list. Any recordings? Not of the slap itself, but I have 3 people who texted about it afterward. I show her the screenshots Ray collected. Melanie Henderson to her sister, Dr. Reeves to his wife, the caterer to her business partner. Wren taps her pen against the legal pad. Here's what we can do. Temporary restraining order first, that's immediate. Then we file civil suits. Assault, battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress. The financial abuse with the fake loans is fraud. We can also go after defamation for the emails he sent about your attitude problems. I don't want to file yet. She looks up. Harper, you have grounds. I want to give him one more chance to assault me. Publicly. On camera. Wren sets down her pen. Studies me like she's reading fine print. You want to bait him? I want to document what he's been doing for years. The fundraiser was good, but it happened fast. People can claim they didn't see clearly. The angle was wrong. Maybe it wasn't as hard as it looked. I pull up the HOA newsletter on my phone. The Excellence Awards are in 12 days. Media presence. Formal setting. Craig getting his ego stroked for 2 hours. And you think he'll lose control? I know he will. He can't stand being challenged in front of people he needs to impress. It's his trigger. I show her the Thanksgiving video again. Listen to the escalation pattern. Starts with a slight, builds to threats, explodes into violence. Every time. Wren leans back in her chair. I can't advise you to provoke an assault. You're not. I'm informing you of my intention to attend a public event where my stepfather will be present. You're advising me of my legal options should something occur. A small smile crosses her face. You've thought this through. I've had 3 years. She pulls out a different folder. If you're insisting on this path, we prepare for multiple contingencies. First, Colorado's a one-party consent state for recordings. You can legally record any conversation you're part of. I recommend both audio and video. Already ordered a button camera. Arrives tomorrow. Good. Second, we pre-draft all filing documents. If he touches you, threatens you, even verbally assaults you, we file electronically before dessert is served. She starts sketching a timeline. Third, you need witnesses you trust, not just bystanders who might conveniently forget. My friend Ray will be there. She's a trauma nurse, trained observer. Excellent. Fourth, law enforcement. Have you filed any previous reports? No, I was protecting my mother's reputation. The irony tastes bitter. Then we create a paper trail now. Call the non-emergency line. Report the fundraiser assault. Say you're not pressing charges yet but want it documented. Get the report number. She writes down the station address. Deputy Chief Morales is sympathetic to domestic violence cases. I'll give her a heads up about the situation. Won't that tip Craig off? Not if we frame it right. Concerned citizen wanting extra patrol presence at a major community event. Given recent incidents, she makes another note. Harper, I need you to understand this could go sideways. He might not take the bait, or he might escalate beyond what you're expecting. I know. Do you really? Because what you're describing is a man who's already comfortable hitting you in public. What happens when he realizes you're threatening his entire image? I think about Craig's hands, how they look signing HOA documents, shaking hands with the mayor, wrapped around my throat last Christmas when I refused to apologize for existing. Then everyone will see who he really is. Wren studies me for a long moment. All right, but we do this smart. You don't go alone. You don't provoke beyond necessary. You get what you need and get out. She pulls out her business card, writes a number on the back. My personal cell. The moment something happens, text me one word now. I'll have everything filed before you leave the building. I take the card. What about my mother? What about her? She'll deny everything. Say I'm lying, disturbed, vindictive. Let her. Her denial in the face of video evidence and multiple witnesses becomes its own liability. Accomplice after the fact. Failure to protect. Negligent infliction of emotional distress. Wren's voice hardens. Parents who enable abuse aren't innocent bystanders. I stand to leave, gathering my evidence back into its folder. 2 weeks of preparation. 1 night of execution. Years of silence about to shatter. Harper. Wren stops me at the door. Most clients want money or custody or property. What do you want? I want Craig Delmont to be exactly who he is, in front of everyone who matters to him, and I want it on permanent record. That's not justice. That's revenge. Sometimes they're the same thing. Outside, I sit in my car and pull up the HOA website. Craig's photo dominates the header professional headshot. Confident smile. The kind of man you'd trust with your investment portfolio. I forward the page to Wren with a single line, the before picture. In 12 days, we'll have the after. Jasper's on Main serves overpriced eggs Benedict to people who schedule their breakdowns between spin class and tennis. My mother chose it, naturally. Public enough that I won't make a scene. Private enough that no one important will overhear. She's already seated when I arrive, wearing winter white despite the season, her wedding ring catching the light as she stirs sugar into her coffee. The bruise on my cheek has faded to yellow-green, but I didn't cover it with makeup. Let her see it. Harper. She doesn't look at my face. You look tired. I look beaten. Her spoon clinks against porcelain. Must you be so dramatic? Must you be so blind? The waiter approaches. Elaine orders for both of us grain bowl for her, avocado toast for me, as if I'm still 12 and she knows best. I let her. This isn't about breakfast. Noah's worried, she says once we're alone. You haven't returned his calls. Noah's worried about his BMW payments. Craig threatened to take the car if he sides with me. That's not Craig would never use Noah against you. Craig backhanded me in front of 87 people, and you straightened the napkins. Her fingers find her pearls, a nervous habit she's had since I was young. You provoked him. That dress, showing up late, bringing that dessert when we had catering. Listen to yourself. My voice stays level, controlled. I learned that from her. Actually, never raise your voice in public. Never let them see you break. You're defending a man who hit your daughter because I brought a tart to a party. You don't understand the pressure he's under, the HOA, his business, maintaining our standing. Our standing. I pull out my phone, show her a photo from the fundraiser. Someone caught the aftermath me, walking through the crowd with blood on my lip, everyone looking away. This is your standing, cowardice dressed in designer clothes. She pushes the phone away. What do you want from me, Harper? I want you to admit it happened, publicly. I want Craig to apologize and get treatment, family therapy, anger management, something. You want to humiliate us. You've been humiliating me for 3 years. Our food arrives. Elaine cuts her grain bowl into precise sections, organizing the components like she organizes her life, everything in its place. Nothing touching. Nothing messy. If you pursue this, she says carefully, you'll destroy everything. Noah's future, my marriage, our position in the community. Your position is built on my silence. Your silence keeps this family together. This isn't a family. It's a crime scene you've decorated with throw pillows. She sets down her fork. For the first time since I arrived, she looks directly at me. Her eyes trace the bruise, and something flickers, shame recognition. But it's gone before I can name it. I've made arrangements, she says. Craig feels terrible about what happened. He's willing to pay off your student loans, all of them, and the car repairs you've been putting off. Consider it an apology. I don't want his money. $30,000. Harper. Free and clear. The price of my face. The price of peace. I lean back. Study this woman who gave birth to me. She's 54, but looks 40, thanks to Botox and denial in equal measure. She's chosen her side, chose it the day she married Craig. Chose it every time she looked away. Chose it when she adjusted those napkins instead of defending me. I'm going to the Excellence Awards, I say. Her face drains. Harper, no. It's a public event. I have every right. Craig will... She stops herself, but we both hear the unfinished threat. Craig will what hit me again, hurt me. She can't say it out loud because that would make it real. Craig will what? Mom, don't call me that here. The words land exactly as intended. I'm not her daughter in public, only in private where the bruises don't show. I stand, leave cash on the table for my untouched toast. I'll see you at the ceremony. Try not to look away this time. Harper. Her voice cracks slightly. I don't see anything because there's nothing to see. Then you won't mind if I bring a camera. Outside, the Colorado sun is sharp and unforgiving. I sit in my car and text Ren. She offered me $30,000 to stay quiet. Her response is immediate. Evidence of consciousness of guilt. Did you record? I send her the audio file. I've been recording everything since the fundraiser. Every conversation, every threat, every bribe. My phone buzzes. Noah. Mom says you're trying to ruin everything. I text back. Everything was already ruined. I'm just documenting it. He doesn't respond. He won't. Noah learned even younger than I did, survive by shrinking, by agreeing, by never talking back. I don't blame him. I just can't be him anymore. 8 days until the awards ceremony. 8 days until Elaine has to choose between seeing the truth or becoming complicit on camera. I touch the fading bruise one more time. By the ceremony, it'll be gone, but the camera will catch the next one. And this time, my mother won't be able to claim she didn't see. The Excellence Awards program sits on my kitchen counter like a declaration of war. Craig's name appears 3 times opening remarks. Lifetime Achievement Award, closing toast, his kingdom on full display. Noah finally texts back, "Are you really going? Already RSVP'd?" He knows. He's been raging all week. Good. 3 dots appear, disappear, appear again. Finally, be careful. My brother still won't pick sides, but that warning is the closest to support I'll get. I forward the exchange to Ren, who responds immediately. Establishes premeditation if he attacks. Keep those coming. The button camera arrives that afternoon, smaller than a dime. I practice with it, testing angles, checking the footage quality. The fisheye lens catches everything in a 90-degree arc. Battery lasts 3 hours. More than enough. Ray comes by after her shift to help me prepare. We run scenarios like it's a medical simulation. If he grabs your wrist, step back, loud voice. You're hurting me. Make sure others hear. If he corners you, stay in view of witnesses. Never let him isolate me. If he hits you, don't fight back. State clearly what happened. Get to safety. Text Ren immediately. She helps me choose what to wear: a navy dress. Professional but not provocative. Nothing Craig can claim was intentionally inflammatory. The camera pins perfectly to the collar, invisible unless you're looking for it. I've got the backup recording on my phone, Ray says. I'll stay within 20 feet at all times. The Herald photographer will be there too. Mike something. He always covers these events. Good. Professional witness. She pauses, studying me. You know this could go really bad, right? It's been really bad for 3 years. My phone buzzes. Unknown number. I almost don't answer, but something makes me pick up. Miss Lane. This is Deputy Chief Morales. I understand you filed a report about an incident at the recent HOA fundraiser. Yes. I also understand you'll be attending the Excellence Awards on Saturday. Given the circumstances, we'll have additional patrol presence in the area. I don't want to cause trouble. You're not causing anything. We're just ensuring community safety at a public event. If you need immediate assistance, ask any venue staff to call for the on-duty officer. After she hangs up, I realize Wren's reach extends further than I thought. 2 days before the ceremony, Craig escalates. Not physically, he's too smart for that now. Instead, he sends an email to my entire department at Summit Creek Medical Group, concerned about Harper's recent erratic behavior. As her stepfather, I feel obligated to inform you that she's been struggling with mental health issues, delusions, false accusations, aggressive episodes. Our family is getting her help, but I wanted you to be aware in case it affects her work performance. My supervisor, Janet, calls me in immediately. What the hell is this? I hand her the folder I've been keeping in my desk. Photos of bruises, the fundraiser witness list, the police report. Janet reads in silence, her face cycling through shock, anger, disgust. Harper, why didn't you tell me? Because I needed to handle it my way. Do you need time off? Just Saturday, for the award ceremony. She looks at me like I've lost my mind. You're really going, with cameras and witnesses and a lawyer on speed dial. And if then everyone will see it. No more plausible deniability. No more protecting him to protect themselves. Janet prints out Craig's email, adds it to my file. This is workplace harassment. I'm documenting everything. If you need testimony about his attempts to interfere with your employment, you've got it. The day before the ceremony, I drive past the quarry house. Workers are setting up tables on the lawn, stringing lights between posts. A banner reads, "Celebrating Excellence in Red Willow." Craig's name features prominently. I park across the street and text Wren. Venue has 3 exits. Main entrance, kitchen service door, emergency exit by the east wall. Good reconnaissance. Ray knows the layout. She's been there for other events. We have contingency plans for each exit. And your mother. Radio silent since our lunch. She'll be there, though. She has to be. She's Mrs. Craig Delmont. Her absence would raise questions. That night, I can't sleep. I stand at my apartment window, watching the lights of Red Willow spread out below. Somewhere out there, Craig's probably practicing his speech, polishing his image, preparing to be celebrated. He has no idea that tomorrow, his victim becomes his documentarian. My phone buzzes one more time. Noah. Mom's crying. She should have cried 3 years ago. Harper. I'm done protecting them. Noah, you can keep your head down and your BMW, but I'm done. I turn off my phone and set out my clothes for tomorrow. Navy dress, button camera, comfortable shoes in case I need to move quickly. Wren's card in my pocket. Ray's number on speed dial. Everything I need to end this. The forecast calls for clear skies tomorrow night. Perfect weather for an award ceremony. Perfect visibility for cameras. Perfect conditions for the truth. The quarry house glows against the Colorado dusk, all golden light and manufactured elegance. I arrive at 7:15 p.m., 30 minutes after cocktails started. Let Craig get comfortable first. Let him settle into his element. Ray's already inside, positioned by the bar with clear sightlines to every corner. She texts me. He's holding court near the stage, 3 bourbon deep. I activate the button camera before leaving my car. The tiny red light blinks once, then disappears. Recording. The venue sprawls with Red Willow's finest, the same faces from the fundraiser. Plus, local business owners and a reporter from the Herald. Mike Garrett, according to his press badge, camera slung around his neck like armor. I sign in at the registration table. The volunteer's smile falters when she sees my name. Harper Lane, you're at table 7. The family table. Of course. I move through the cocktail hour like I'm documenting a crime scene, which I am. There's Mrs. Whitman, pretending she didn't see Craig hit me 2 weeks ago. Dr. Reeves, sudden blindness miraculously cured, shaking Craig's hand. The Hendersons, their cowardice dressed in cocktail attire. Harper. Craig's voice cuts through the chatter. He's approaching with the confidence of a man who owns the room, which he believes he does. His tux is perfectly tailored, his smile perfectly practiced, his control perfectly fragile. Surprised you came, he says, stopping just inside my personal space. Classic intimidation. It's a public event. It's my event. His voice drops, meant only for me. You're embarrassing your mother. I'm existing. If that embarrasses her, that's her problem. His jaw tightens. I see his hand twitch muscle memory of violence. But we're surrounded by people, phones, Mike Garrett's professional camera. We need to talk, he says. We're talking now. Privately. No. The word hangs between us. I never say no to Craig. It's rule 1 in the Delmont household: don't talk back. Don't refuse. Don't resist. I said, I heard you. The answer is no. People are noticing now. Conversations pause. Eyes flick our way. Craig feels it too, the attention, the scrutiny. His face reddens. You ungrateful little Craig. Elaine materializes, her smile stretched tight as a wire. The Brennans are asking for you. Something about the development proposal. He looks between us, calculating. Then he leans in, close enough that I smell bourbon and rage. We're not done. No, I agree. We're not. He stalks away, Elaine following. She doesn't look back. Dinner service begins at 8 p.m. I take my seat at table 7. Craig, Elaine, Noah, 2 HOA board members and their spouses. Noah won't meet my eyes. The board members shift uncomfortably. Craig returns as the salads arrive. His mood recalibrated to public charm. He tells stories about community development, accepts congratulations on his upcoming award, plays the gracious leader. I eat in silence, camera catching everything. The awards begin at 9 p.m. Craig receives his lifetime achievement recognition to thunderous applause. His speech is everything I expected: false humility, community values, family importance. He thanks Elaine, the bedrock of our home. He mentions Noah, following in the tradition of excellence. He doesn't mention me. Family is everything, he concludes, raising his champagne. And I'm blessed to have mine. That's when I stand, not dramatically, just a quiet rise from my chair, moving toward the bar for water. But Craig sees it as what it is: a refusal to toast his lies. I'm halfway across the room when he catches up. Sit down, he hisses. I need water. You need to learn your place. My place isn't at your table. His hand closes on my wrist, not violent yet, but firm, possessive. The Herald photographer notices, raises his camera instinctively. Let go, I say clearly. Don't cause a scene. Then let go. His grip tightens. Red marks bloom under his fingers. You think you're smart? Think you can embarrass me? You're embarrassing yourself. The words trigger something primal in him. His face twists, the mask cracking. Around us, people pretend not to notice, but phones are lifting. Mike Garrett moves closer. Craig! Deputy Chief Morales appears as if summoned. She's not in uniform, but her authority is unmistakable. Everything all right here? Craig releases my wrist immediately. Officer, yes, just a family discussion. Morales looks at me. I pull up my sleeve slightly, showing the fresh red marks. Her expression doesn't change, but she shifts position, putting herself partially between us. Miss Lane, did you want to get that water? Yes, thank you. I walk to the bar, feeling Craig's rage burning into my back. Ray meets me there. You good. Perfect. Did you get it? Every second. Behind us. Craig's returning to his table. Morales watching his every step. The room buzzes with uncertain energy. Something happened. But what? How much I return to table 7 with my water. Elaine stares at her plate. Noah texts furiously under the table. The board members look like they want to disappear. Craig sits down heavily, his breathing audible. The mask is slipping. He's had too much bourbon, too much praise, too much challenge to his authority. This isn't over, he says quietly. No, I agree, touching my wrist where his fingers left marks. It's just beginning. The camera is still recording. Morales is still watching. Mike Garrett's professional lens stays focused on our table. And Craig Delmont, pillar of the community, is about to show everyone exactly who he really is. The dessert course arrives delicate chocolate soufflés that no one at our table touches. Craig's knuckles are white around his champagne flute. His 4th refill, maybe 5th. The bourbon from earlier mixing with wounded pride into something combustible. You always were ungrateful, he says suddenly, loud enough for adjacent tables to hear. Everything we've done for you. I don't respond. Let him fill the silence with his own rope. The education we paid for, that I took loans for, which you're now charging me interest on. The home we provided, where you hit me. The words land like a grenade. Table 6 goes silent. Table 8 stops mid-conversation. Harper, Elaine whispers. Please. But Craig's past whispers now. You want to air family business here tonight. He stands, swaying slightly. This ungrateful brat has been spreading lies about our family. Mental health issues. Delusions. The only delusion, I say clearly, was thinking you'd stop. I stand too, creating distance. Ray moves closer. Morales shifts position by the wall. Mike Garrett raises his camera. Sit down, Craig commands. No. That word again. His trigger word. His face purples. You don't say no to me. I just did. The slap comes faster than last time, but just as hard. The crack echoes through the suddenly silent ballroom. Glasses stop clinking. The string quartet stutters to a halt. My head snaps right. I taste copper, but I don't fall. Don't cry. Don't give him the satisfaction. Instead, I slowly turn back to face him, my cheek already burning. You just assaulted me, I say, loud and clear. In front of 120 witnesses. The room holds its breath. Phones are openly recording now. Mike Garrett's camera clicks rapidly. Craig realizes what he's done. Looks around at the sea of faces, his donors, his board members, his carefully cultivated image crumbling in real time. She provoked. You hit me. I repeat. Again. Just like at the fundraiser 2 weeks ago. Just like Thanksgiving. Just like Christmas. Each word deliberate. Each sentence a nail in his reputation's coffin. Elaine stands, reaches out as if to straighten my hair. Fix this somehow. But her hand stops midair, trapped between instinct and complicity. Don't touch me, I tell her. You watched him do this for 3 years. You're watching now. The camera catches her perfectly frozen, guilty, exposed. Her mouth opens and closes like she's drowning in her own silence. Ma'am, I need you to step back. Deputy Chief Morales has moved in. Badge now visible. Sir, I need you to turn around and place your hands behind your back. This is a family matter, Craig roars. No, sir, this is assault. Multiple witnesses. Turn around. Do you know who I am? You're the man who just committed battery in front of a room full of witnesses and at least 3 recording devices. She pulls out her cuffs. Turn around. Now. Craig looks wildly at his board members, his donors, his sycophants. They all step back. Mrs. Whitman studies her dessert. Dr. Reeves examines the ceiling. The Hendersons are suddenly fascinated by their phones. "This is ridiculous, Elaine. Tell them." But Elaine is staring at the tablecloth, smoothing invisible wrinkles with shaking hands, her signature move, her survival tactic, looking away even now. "Sir, I won't ask again." Craig turns, slowly, his entire body vibrating with rage. The cuffs click closed. The sound carries in the silent room. "You have the right to remain silent." Morales begins. Behind her, the presentation screen still displays Craig's name in golden letters, Excellence in Community Leadership. The irony is so perfect, it hurts. Noah finally looks up from his phone, meets my eyes across the table. His face is pale, shocked, but there's something else there too. Relief. Maybe. Like watching a storm finally break after years of pressure. "Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law." Craig's still trying to salvage this. "This is a misunderstanding. She's troubled. Ask anyone. Sir, I recommend you exercise your right to remain silent." Ray appears beside me, steady as always. "You're bleeding." I touch my lip. Blood on my fingers. "Good. Let them see it. You have the right to an attorney." The Herald photographer hasn't stopped shooting. Every second documented. Craig Delmont, president of the HOA, pillar of the community, lifetime achievement recipient, being led out in handcuffs while his wife pretends not to see and his stepdaughter bleeds. "Harper." Elaine finally speaks, her voice breaking. How could I, what tell the truth, stop protecting you, refuse to be hit anymore? You've ruined everything." "No," I say, watching Craig being led toward the exit, the room full of witnesses finally unable to look away. "He ruined everything. You let him. I just made sure everyone saw it." The doors close behind Craig and Morales. The room exhales collectively. Conversations explode, shocked whispers, phone calls, the rustle of people preparing to flee. But I'm not done. I turn to face the room, blood still on my lip, bruise already forming, camera still recording. "His name is Craig Delmont," I announce. "And he's been abusing me for 3 years while all of you looked away. Tonight, you couldn't. Tonight, you're all witnesses." The patrol car's lights strobe across the venue's stone facade, red and blue painting Craig's humiliation in alternating colors. He's in the back seat, his Lifetime Achievement Award sitting abandoned on table 7, his reputation destroyed in less than 5 minutes. My phone buzzes. Wren. Filing now, TRO, civil suits, all of it. The video Ray sent is perfect. The quarry house empties like someone pulled a drain plug. Board members flee to their Teslas. Donors suddenly remember urgent appointments. The string quartet packs up without playing their final set. Only Mike Garrett remains, still photographing, documenting the aftermath. Harper. Elaine stands alone by our table, looking smaller than I've ever seen her. Where will I go? That's not my problem anymore. He's my husband. He's your abuser. There's a difference. She straightens her pearls with trembling fingers. I never saw. Stop. I pull out my phone, show her the recording from tonight. There she is, in perfect HD clarity, watching Craig hit me, seeing everything, doing nothing. You saw. You always saw. You just chose him over me. The truth breaks something in her face. For the first time in 3 years, Elaine Delmont looks directly at what she's done, what she's allowed, who she's become. Your father would be ashamed of me. My real father, dead 8 years now. She's right, he would be ashamed. But I'm done caring about the opinions of ghosts and enablers. Noah approaches carefully, like I might explode. Harper, I didn't know what to do. You're 22. Noah, you knew. You just chose comfort over courage. That's not fair. Fair. I laugh, and it tastes like blood. Was it fair when Craig charged me interest on loans that didn't exist while buying you a BMW? Was it fair when Mom watched him hurt me and called it discipline? He has nothing to say to that. Nobody does. Morales returns, notepad in hand. Miss Lane, I need your statement. I give it clearly, comprehensively. 3 years of abuse condensed into formal sentences. She takes photos of my face, my wrist, documents everything. The district attorney will be in touch, she says. Given the number of witnesses and video evidence, I expect charges to be filed quickly. After she leaves, I stand in the parking lot, watching the last of Red Willow's elite scatter like roaches when lights come on. Tomorrow, this will be everywhere. The Highland Herald, social media, HOA group chats, Craig's mugshot beside his achievement award photo. Ray drives me to the emergency room protocol. She insists. They document my injuries, take photographs, create medical records that will support every legal action to come. The doctor, who knows Craig from golf, can barely meet my eyes. I should have seen the signs, he mutters. You did see them. Everyone did. At 2:30 a.m., I finally get home. There are 47 missed calls, 18 from Elaine, 12 from HOA board members, the rest from numbers I don't recognize reporters, probably, or rubberneckers drawn to drama. I delete them all. Wren texts, restraining order approved. Craig can't come within 500 feet. Civil suits filed, assault, battery, emotional distress, fraud for the fake loans. We're going to bury him. But I don't want to bury him. I want him to live with this: the mugshot in the newspaper, the whispers at the country club, the legacy he built crumbling into police reports and court documents. Every time someone Googles Craig Delmont, they'll find tonight. Forever. 3 days later, the Highland Herald runs Mike Garrett's photos on the front page. The headline reads, HOA President Arrested for Assault at Awards Ceremony. The article includes a timeline of events, witness statements, and a quote from Deputy Chief Morales about domestic violence being unacceptable regardless of someone's community standing. Craig posts bail but loses his HOA presidency immediately. His business partners distance themselves. The country club quietly revokes his membership. Elaine files for divorce within a week. She moves in with her sister in Denver. Leaves me a voicemail saying she's sorry for everything but never specifies what everything means. I don't call back. Noah keeps the BMW but starts therapy. He texts occasionally small attempts at bridging the crater between us. Maybe someday. Not now. 2 months later, Craig pleads guilty to avoid trial. 6 months jail, 2 years probation, mandatory anger management. The civil suits are still pending, but Wren says he'll settle. He'll have to. The video evidence is undeniable. I still live in my small, quiet apartment. Still work at Summit Creek Medical Group, where Janet has made sure everyone knows exactly why Craig Delmont is no longer welcome in our building. Still have dinner with Ray every Thursday, where we don't talk about that night unless I bring it up. The bruises faded, the videos remain, and somewhere in Red Willow, in a venue called the Quarry House, there's a golden plaque with Craig Delmont's name, gathering dust in a storage room, his excellence forgotten, his truth finally exposed. I kept my promise. When he did it again, I ended it, not with violence, not with revenge served cold, with the simple, devastating act of making sure everyone saw. The camera on my collar now sits in my jewelry box, a tiny witness to the night I stopped being a victim and became something else entirely, someone who refuses to let powerful men and complicit mothers write her story, someone who talks back. Thank you so much for listening to this story. I'd love to know where you're listening from. Drop a comment below and let's connect. If this story resonated with you, please consider subscribing to the channel and sharing your thoughts. Your perspectives and experiences matter, and this community grows stronger when we share our truths together.